Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today I'm playing some allies in Avatar Standard. This is one of the new archetypes that we get to mess around with in our new standard, and I was very excited to try this one out. Back in the day, I used to play a ton of humans, and allies play very similarly to that archetype. I'm not going to talk about the deck because this is very much a work in progress. We're still testing the waters of Standard, but I did want to play this specific archetype because I want to make it as a warning. I am not totally sold on allies yet. I'm not sold on the configuration of the deck yet. I'm not sure what it's going to look like, but what I am sure of is that this is an expensive deck. Basically, all of the new allies are printed at rare. This deck has 30 rare ally creatures in it. On top of that, it also has the Jasmine Tea Dragon Tea Shop, which is another 4 rares that you definitely don't want to be crafting if you're not specifically playing allies. So I'm not going to talk about the deck because it's very much a work in progress. We're going to hop into some games. We're going to see how these allies and these creatures all work together in the gameplay and kind of make a decision whether or not it's worth pursuing a little bit more or if allies is kind of one of those dead in the water decks. See you over in the games. All right, game number 1 with allies. I have been playing allies a lot over the last couple of days. Some of these cards are standout cards, and some of them definitely don't feel as powerful. But when everything comes together, this is a great deck. However, things have been rocky, I'll tell you that. Before our opponent decides how many cards they're going to keep, do help the channel continue to grow. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, all that good usual stuff. I really appreciate all that stuff. As usual. Also, as a quick little thing, you see this? This is a cabbage over here. If you missed the last video that I put out, I squeezed one video out on Thursday, a 2-3 minute video about how to get the cabbage in Standard. Go watch that video. I suppose we're going to go out with the Earth King Lieutenant. This is one of the most powerful cards. In fact, both of these cards are extraordinarily powerful in this deck. Earth Kingdom Protectors. This has Vigilance. It's a 1/1 for 1, not a big deal, but it says sacrifice this creature, another target ally you control gains indestructible. So in this makeup, it's very powerful, especially, for example, when we need to protect our Earth King's Lieutenant. It has Trample. They're just going to go right for the kill on that. Sure. Earth King's Lieutenant, when it enters, it puts a +1/+1 counter on each ally we control, and then when we drop something like a Katara, she says if a triggered ability of an ally you control triggers, it triggers twice. Well, the Earth King has a second line of text. Whenever another ally you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So he goes from a 1/1 to a 3/3 trampler, and that's pretty cool. Katara, definitely one of the linchpins in this deck. It's absolutely necessary to have. But you see what we're against. We are definitely against Kavaro. Ooh, okay. Well, I'm glad they took out that one. Ooh, Earth. Great Divide Guide is another fantastic one. I don't know if we can do it, though. We can't do... So we're going to put that on ally, of course. We can't do... We could do this and Katara, but I think it's probably fine just to go out with the Katara this turn. We're going to pump up. Maybe not. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe it was supposed to be Great Divide Guide plus the invasion reinforcements. Divide Guide really ramps our lands. Each land and ally you control has add 1 mana of any color. So if you get this out on the field with maybe 2 allies from the reinforcements, you can start making a ton of mana very quickly. We are going to need a little bit of help. The opponent, thankfully, is struggling over there. They haven't found their Kavaro. They haven't put anything too nasty into the graveyard just yet. But they are Kavaroing to get, what, a Overlord? That's like their only target, right? Okay, yeah. Overlord it is. And they put a couple of good cards in the graveyard. The Meringue River Regent could be a problem. Okay. We found we're hitting all the highlights here. So South Pole Voyager is great. When this creature or another ally enters, you gain 1 life. If this is the second time this ability has resolved, draw a card. It is the second time because we have the Katara on the field. The Katara doubles up that trigger. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this out on white. Typically, I put it on white. I'm going to pay the 2 life, and then I'm going to flash, or not flash in, but I'm going to put in my Great Divide Guide because I'm not going to be attacking with the Katara. We pump our Lieutenant up to 9, and then we attack in. The plan here is hopefully... Did I miss lethal? No, I didn't miss lethal there. No. We're going to flash in the invasion reinforcements. Unfortunately, the Voyager can only trigger once a turn because of the way it works, right? It says if this is the second time this ability has resolved, draw a card. So only on the second trigger, not on the third or the fourth. But what we can do is we can flash in, what's in the graveyard? Morang, River Regent, maybe? We can put this into the battlefield. And we'll draw a card. So we're going to flash this in now with our mana from the Great Divide Guide from the Katara. She's going to make... I mean, it's crazy how many things happen here. And I think we win through the Kavaro stuff. Look at all the triggers. Do you like triggers? I love triggers. All right. So then we throw this out. We throw out our Katara. We throw out the Earth King Lieutenant. And everything was going to be getting +2/+2. We were also going to be drawing a card, so we were definitely going to be able to swing in for a ton of damage. Pretty good start for the Allies, especially beating everyone's favorite deck. Next one. All right, game number 2. I felt like I was talking at a mile a minute in that last game. Maybe it's because I just drank a whole bunch of coffee. All right, opening hand looks pretty cool. I love having these 3 cards in my opener. Honestly, South Pole Voyager is probably... one of the best cards in the deck. It's definitely a linchpin card. Yeah, you just need card draw, right? And that's another reason why we are playing the 4CMC dude, who I haven't actually played yet. He just keeps hiding in my deck. But the 4CMC dude lets us play allies off the top of our deck, which is pretty cool. We're not attacking in, because they will definitely trade with the Greedy Freebooter. And their Bolus's Citadel. That's such a cool looking land. So next turn, we potentially could Ang if we draw a land, or we will invasion reinforcements. I think we'll probably reinforcements on our turn to find a land if that's the case. We do find a land though, so now I'm a little bit torn. Well, no, I'm not torn. It's a pretty easy decision. I think we're just attacking with the Voyager, and then we're holding our Swift Savior. Drawing 3 of these, not the best, but it is what it is. What do you got for me, opponent? If they go to kill the Voyager, I kind of feel like maybe the reinforcements might be just a better choice. They do go to destroy him. So then, no, the better choice is just to protect it. It's too valuable. We'll throw that on that, give it hexproof. Poor, our poor boy. Oh. I actually started watching Avatar. I don't know what it was. When the set came out, I started playing with the cards. I was like, you know what, this stuff's pretty cool. And I actually went and started watching the series. I think I'm on episode 5 right now, and it's going pretty well. This weekend, maybe I'll get to it a little bit more. Suki comes out. I think Suki's fine. They're gonna throw that in front of us. Do I want to block with this 1/1 to get rid of the freebooter? It's fine, right? I think it's fine. Could have taken the damage. We are giving them mana, but we do have the Angs. Unfortunately, with this Suki, though, we're not going to be able to get in too easily unless we use this guy to bounce something. She makes... I forgot what she does. She's very good. Okay, we're going to put this out on Ally, and we have a little bit of an awkward turn. So I think what we're doing is just passing it up. Suki was one of the cards that I originally put in my version of the deck, and eventually it made the cut. But I think if there's a world where we go more green-white, white-green allies, limit it down from 4 colors to 2 colors, I think there's an argument to put Suki into the deck. She's pretty cool. And then on top of that, it'll give us some better options with our lands. So the lands, we actually have the full 4. That's kind of cool. Starting Town, Jasmine, Tea Shop, Secluded Courtyard, and Cavern of Souls, all here on the field. to give us whatever mana we need for our allies. And the mana is very convenient for the allies because of that. But it doesn't leave us with a lot of options when it comes to having better choices with our mana, utility lands, so forth. We don't have any creature lands. We don't have any of the new lands to put like +1/+1 counters on things. Yeah, I would like to have some of those utility lands, so when you're flooding out, you have some better choices. Right now, we're kind of stuck playing all of these anything lands. The opponent has a deadly precision and wisely taking out our draw card. This card, interesting. Destroy target creature as an additional cost to cast this spell, pay 4, or sacrifice an artifact or creature. Suki triggering on tokens is wild to me, I think. Okay, we get the Katara. They're probably going to put in the Sephiroth Plus. The Katara is very vulnerable, but I think this is my only choice. I have to put it on the field for next turn. I need to get this South Pole Voyager back onto the field, start drawing some cards, and then hopefully with Aang, even more cards. Yeah, unfortunately, the Heartless Act, that really does us in. No block. They're going to put out the Sephiroth as well. So Sephiroth plus Heartless Act in one turn is pretty good. They're going to sacrifice the 2/1, but they're going to get another 2/1 back. And now, what do we do? Wow, I love what the opponent's doing. I did not expect to see something like this. We get the reinforcements, which is good for drawing. So I think our options are pretty limited. I think I'm going to do it now as well, just so I can maybe hit a land. No, Katara. Okay, Katara's good. So Katara plus Aang is going to be pretty nasty. Does she trigger for herself? If a triggered ability... Yeah, I guess so. If I put her in, she's going to double trigger on the South Pole Voyager. It definitely works in the reverse. If you have a Katara on the field and you throw down South Pole Voyager, it will trigger the draw. What is going on with this? Fire Navy Trebuchet. Defender Reach... important. Whenever you attack, create a 2/1 colorless construct artifact, probably these things, that's flying. Oh my god. The opponent has cooked up something really cool. We are in big old trouble. We hit the South Pole Voyager, which is another good card, but let's see if Katara... Yeah, she'll double trigger it. Okay. And we don't hit anything. Okay, we're in trouble. Here is Hakoda, though. This is the one I was talking about earlier. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast ally spells from the top of your library, and then he also gives everything protection. But we might just die here. They're going to be hitting us in the air with these trebuchets. The fact that the trebuchets trigger... Did I not block last turn? I'm not sure. The fact that the trebuchets trigger on other creatures' attacks is really amazing. I don't know what to do here. What are we going to do? So I guess we can put the Katara here, or do we want to... I think I need to keep Katara, right? We'll put the 1/1 in front of that, and we take 6, 7, 8 damage. Are we really going to take 8 damage? What choice do I have? I could I mean, I guess I sacrifice Aang. By Aang. You know what? Maybe I should have put... No, you know what? Now I'm looking at it. I should have put the reinforcements in front of Sephiroth too. I should have got Sephiroth off the field. Yeah. Maybe I'm... Was I just dead no matter what here? Oh, opponent drew really, really well, and... yeah. Cool. I don't know what to say. Okay, we have Aang, but we can only play one Aang right now. But here's the tricky part. Like, I need a land, but I can't play it now. If I play it now, I can bounce 2 things. But, you know, I think I have to do this. Okay, so we're going to bounce Sephiroth. We're going to bounce the Beetle, I guess. And then we're going to hope to draw a land off of this South Pole Voyager. If we draw a land off the South Pole Voyager, we don't draw a land. So now we're dead because these trebuchets are just going to kill us in the air. They're going to play out their Sephiroth. And yeah, what a good performance from the opponent. I don't know if I messed that one up, but cool. Very cool deck. Something new from Aristocrats. I might have to try that one out. I don't think this is something I've ever talked about, but I think it's definitely worth mentioning, especially since there are a lot of newer people on this channel. And that is the value of a rogue deck. The opponent was playing, obviously, an Aristocrats sacrifice deck, but they were playing a lot of new cards, different configuration, and honestly, I had no idea how to deal with what they were doing. They kind of stomped me, I think, in a lot of different ways. And I think a lot of that can be attributed to the fact that I had no clue how to handle or what to expect from the opponent. So always keep that in mind. I know net decking is probably the way to go because your resources are very limited, and that's an unfortunate reality of this game. Let's go out with the Voyager this turn. That is an unfortunate reality, but it is what it is. But if you have the chance to craft your own decks, is what I want to say, is you should definitely try to take the opportunity to do that. We are against, speaking of a rogue deck, this deck started off as a rogue deck, the Orzhov Enchantment Battlefront deck, and oh my god, is it ever a powerful deck, especially when the opponent gets to go first, and they have the 1, 2, 3. What do we do here? What do we do? Them taking our Voyager really sets us back. So I suppose we could bounce the Shelter by Ghost with the Aang. They're going to have double strike next turn, so I really need to be able to stop the double strike. Are they going to put the double strike onto the... Yeah, okay. I think we're going to wait. We're not going to attack. We're going to ease up. We're going to hopefully swift savior our way into some goodness here. What are they going to put this on? They're putting it on the Weaver, okay? Let's see what happens here. Okay, we are definitely going in with Aang. We're going to bounce. I can't bounce this? Why not? Oh, no, it's just target creature. Oh, I misunderstood. Okay, well, we're taking some damage. No! Okay, of course, Aang is just not all immortal. He can't just bounce whatever he wants. We're going to take the 6. That feels good. Oh, man. For some reason, I had it in my head that I could bounce the Shelter by Ghost. But, oh, rest in peace? Yes, sir. You do that. Okay, we get to now puke out our hand. So we're going to put this out on ally. We're going to put a South Pole Voyager onto the field. We'll put a Great Divide Guide onto the field. Gain a little bit of life. And we get Mai. Mai is pretty good. How hard do I want to go? Let's go one more. We'll put the Earth Protector out. And then we are going to attack in with just the Aang. Try to start chipping them down a little bit. They are stuck at 2 mana. So that might be our... Okay. Why did I open my big mouth? Thankfully, they had a dead card in the Rest in Peace. It's not such a big deal. The Corpse of Loss is pretty good. So they get to attack in. How are they attacking? Do we take the 3? We take the 3 all day. Give us something good off the top. We want to see our... No. Okay, the good news is we do get a draw. Okay, Scornful Striker. And we get our Wartime Leader, which is actually pretty good. I think I'm okay. Really? I don't know about that. I don't know about that concede. I was also starting to wonder if I should put out this. You always want to try to have like 2 allies in hand when you have a Voyager on the field so that when you start playing stuff out, you can get at least 1 draw a turn. Putting out the Wartime Protester probably wasn't necessary this turn. I probably could have attacked pretty comfortably. And then this Mai would have been a great blocker. I don't know if the concede there was... That was a little bit premature. Okay, but you take your wins when you can take them, right? You don't complain too much. Opening hand looks pretty good again. been doing pretty well with the draws, so can be thankful about that. We might be seeing our first taste of bear cub, not bear cub. Badger mole cub is what it's called. And if this is in fact the badger mole cub, we could be really in trouble. I haven't experienced it yet. I don't think, actually, surprisingly. Okay, what's this one? Add. It's gotta be the mole cub, right? Well, what else would people be doing with all this mana? Okay, let's put this out on ally. We are going to do our best impersonation of a badger mole cub as well. And we are... Do I attack in with the Earth Kingdom Protector? Yeah, let's go. Let's go, baby. No blocks. Yeah. That's one reason why I really like the Protector, is because vigilance. You can attack with it. You don't have to tap it to sacrifice it. It gets big. It's just really good when you start getting Earth King Lieutenants on the field. Okay, I'm so sorry, opponent. If you watch this video, I'm very sorry. There was an apartment announcement and I didn't want it on the recording, so I actually just started roping for a second. I'm sorry. Okay, they have the Innkeeper's Talent. That's not going to be good enough, so we get to do a whole bunch of stuff next turn. Oh, we hit the Katara? That's insane, right? We can't do everything, but what we can do is Katara plus South Pole Voyager. I think that's good enough. Although, if I put out the... No, we'll do this. I'm going to say if I put this out... Whew! But we want to draw a bunch of cards. Ooh. Okay. Next turn, I think we pop off big time. If we can find a land, we'll be in really good shape. They don't hit anything. They have all this mana. They have 6 mana. What are you doing with 6 mana? Surely you have... Creatures you control have base power and toughness 6/6 and are oozes in addition to other types. Talk about things I did not expect to see. Okay, we gotta... They're popping off. We gotta pop off now. So if I play the Wartime, I can still play the Earth King Lieutenant, but is it just better to go Earth King Lieutenant? No, it's this way, right? We draw a card. Give me a land. Give me a land, please. No, not a land. Okay, let's put out our Earth King Lieutenant. It's pretty good. It does have haste. And then I guess we'll tap this guy. And we'll tap also the Katara. I don't think I can attack, though, very freely. These 6/6s are kind of terrifying. I could put out one more, but that would leave me very vulnerable. So we're not going to do anything else. We're going to hold up, and we got to just kind of not die next turn. Badger Mole Cub. Okay, hopefully they don't have anything else. Does this do anything else? No. We need these Trampley boys to really get going. Oh, it's not an ooze. Interesting. This is not an ooze. This doesn't get affected by the March of the World ooze. That's a 10/10, though. Attack. Come on, attack with something. Nothing. Okay, we need Ang. We need Ang. Hey, there's an Ang. That's not the Ang I wanted, but it's an Ang. So do we go with this Ang first? Yes. Okay. Get on the field, buddy. This is quite a bit of damage. Okay, we grab another South Pole Voyager. Right onto the field. We get our land, but it's not the land we want, and we get a Katara. Okay, we get a Great Divide Guide. Another one. Pump. Oh my god, everything's going out of control. And then I guess we tap this guy. We tap this one, and we put out our other Earth King Lieutenant. Now I'm regretting tapping this other one. But you can see how these things just kind of roll. Okay, am I just swinging? Right, you just swing. It's gonna be a bloody battle, but we'll figure out the math in a second. Okay, they block the Katara. They block our 10/10. They still have 17 points of trample damage coming through from the Earth King Lieutenant that they have to deal with. They block another 10/10. They have seven in the air, and that looks like a whole bunch of lethal to me. What a silly game. What is becoming? What is standard becoming? Allies, when you don't run into interaction, whew, boy oh boy, can they really do some cool stuff. Just vomit all their creatures onto the field. Okay, 3 more to go. This time, again, whew, Great Divide Guide showing up in your opening hand. What you want to see. We'll take a little bit of damage from these starting towns just because they are a tapped land after turn 3. We don't want to be punished with that kind of stuff. And our opponent is on Golgari aggro. Okie dokie. Earth and Allies okay because I can put out everything now. Do I really want to take... Okay. I'm going to ease up a little bit on taking damage. I don't want to hurt myself too much, especially knowing that my opponent is playing an aggro list. We are up to potential 6 mana for the following turn. They have 4 damage coming in on our face right now. No, there's no world where we block. Did I say 6? 4 damage? 4 damage coming in. No, it's fine. It's fine. And my turn. Give me something good. Wartime Protesters, not the worst card. So I can put the Wartime Protesters out, and I can actually hold up Aang, which I think is probably fine. This doesn't give it... Yeah. Okay. We're going to hold up Aang. We're going to try to bounce whatever, and then we're going to hope for like a really good turn. I made a mistake there. I should have swung with the Earthen Protector. What an Earth Kingdom Protector or whatever. Okay, let's bounce that. Get out. They're going to have a nice little trampler here, but they're at 20 life. And if we draw something good off the top, I think we can kill them. Give me a playable, not a land. Okay, so we are attacking. How much damage do we have? 6, 10. We have 18 damage. If it literally, like, almost any creature would have gotten a kill here, right? We're down. Okay, they're probably going to play out the Ouroboride. We have to be very careful about what we leave back for blockers. I think I'm attacking with this, and with this, and this, and this. Is that, and this? Why not? Because it has Vigilance. And I'm only holding Aang back. Is that suicide? Let's hold back the Great Divide Guide. If we have to, I don't need the mana. It's fine. Okay, we were so close, so close. Okay, so but we have our blockers. We have our Earth Kingdom Protector. We can give Hex. What am I saying? Indestructible to something. They do have a Trampling Baloth. They are going to put 2 counters onto the Baloth. They go Bitter Triumph there. They lose 2 life. Oh my god, if we would have swung all out, we would have had him. That's fine. I'd rather keep my Aang alive, I think. It's going to mitigate the most damage. And I think we get them, right? Like, this is not lethal. Yeah, they go for it. Sure. Cool, cool, cool. So we protect our boy. We block our Baloth here, and I don't see anything that they could possibly do here. We draw a Great Divide Guide. Why not throw it out? It gets a little bit pumped up, and we swing in for a nice lethal attack. Cool, cool. Look at he's so happy. Good. 2 more. Muck, Rano, Fed. Okay. Do you think there's is there a hidden meaning in that person's name? Weird. Anyways, Earth Kingdom Protector. We're going to go out. Now, here's where I don't know how to play the deck optimally. Do I go Earth... Ooh, okay, so we're probably against Kona. So I think in the case of being against Kona, you actually go out with the Earth King Lieutenant because I think this is how you push the most damage by turn 4 with this deck. That might be wrong. Maybe we want the South Pole Voyager, but I think I go with our Lieutenant first. Next turn, we're going to go out with the reinforcements. We're going to be hitting for another 5 damage. And we gotta race them. We gotta hope that we can get there on time before the inevitable. Ooh, okay, that's pretty good because that's gonna mean pumping everything up a little bit more on the following turn. Okay, 5. So how much damage are we gonna have next turn? When we put out this guy, he's gonna represent 5 more damage, right? He's gonna pump this by 2, 3, 4, 5. I have no choice. Okay. What a premature. Ah, man, I don't think you concede there. You don't just throw it in like that. Maybe they've been getting beat down by allies a lot, but okay, next turn this would have been up to 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we would have been a little bit short on lethal had they not had the removal of the Awaken, the Honor Dead. If they just did some like fill the graveyard stuff, they would have been dead on turn 4. So that's a pretty good little start. What do you guys think? Earth King's Lieutenant on turn 2 there, or was it better to go South Pole Voyager? I'd love to hear your feedback on that one. I don't know. Okie dokie, our 7th and final game. We are currently 5-1, only losing to that rogue deck. And you know what? I'm just going to come out and say it. The draws have been very good in this video. I got very lucky. There's no question about that. Now, here we're stuck with the same choice. Do I go South Pole Voyager or do I go Earth King Lieutenant or Mai? Mai's not too bad. As a first striking girl, is going to pump up our Earthen Ally. All of the choices are really good, and they're playing mono green, so I don't know. I'm going to go out with the Voyager this time around. We're going to get in for 2. We're not going to draw a card, and probably next turn we're also not going to draw a card. We need to have a 1-drop to do that, which is possible. Tifa. Because they have Tifa, I am going to go a little bit different. Let's attack in... No, we're just going to go this way. Great Divide Guide. I love that he works right away. And we are going to add that. We are going to play out Mai. And we're playing Mai because she has first strike. My first strike versus Tifa is very good. We are going to attack in with South Pole Voyager. If they want to trade here, fantastic. But why would they? And then next turn, we can actually go Katara into the Lieutenant. And I mean, you don't know how happy I am that this card exists because I absolutely adore Thalia's Lieutenant. Thalia's Lieutenant is probably in my top 10 favorite cards of all time. Absolutely love that card. Now, they did pump up with the Bristly build, the Tifa Lockhart, so it makes our Mai a little bit weaker. However, we can give her a lot more power next turn with our Earth King Lieutenant, so we could potentially get her back into first strike kill range. They have the hard-hitting question, though. Taking out our draw engine, I respect it. Yeah, okay. Oh, they're offering Tifa. I know that's killing some people. It's Tifa. It's Tifa to me. I'm sorry. Do you make the trade here? Yeah. And they're gonna kill the Maya. What are they gonna kill first? They gotta kill the guide. You gotta kill the guide here, right? They go with Mai. Okay, leaving us. Oh, okay. Well, what a draw. Okay, Katara onto the field, and then we will. Let's go this way. I think. Yeah, this is better. We'll attack with our Earthen Ally. It's okay. Draw a card. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, we get him get in for 3, take them down to 11. They only have a bristly build. They probably have a Hydra. That's kind of what I was vibing. Like, they're going to give us the Tifa. They probably have a Hydra as a backup, which, hey, we might still be in big trouble. We desperately need our hero. Yeah, everybody knows who the hero is. We need Aang. Okay, let's lead in with the South Pole Voyager. This might be enough damage, though, to actually just kill. Like, we might put them in a position where they have to block. Although, oh. Okay, we have our boy. This doesn't. Okay, it's so bad for them. Okay, let's do. Do we just do Aang right off the bat? Just, yeah. You just do it. We bounce both. They can't protect either of these. Boop boop. Boop boop. Oh, it's so oppressive. Look at this. He's such a cool character. And I suppose, for fun, we are also going to just slam our lieutenant. And we're going to hit them for 8. And I don't see any world where they can possibly hit them for 10. Okay. Good game. Opponent says good game. I don't have one more damage though. I gotta load up my, by the way, my yip. We haven't done it yet. I did go ahead and buy the audio emotes. What do you got? Okay, Earth, Mossborn Hydra. They did not pop the escape tunnel, interestingly. Yip. 6-1 with the allies. Okay, all right. All right, so this run with allies definitely went very well, but I'm not going to lie to anybody, not going to beat around the bush. These 7 games went very well, but I definitely went like a 5-game losing streak last night, and things were feeling really bad with the deck. But I went and I made some changes to the deck. I got rid of Momo. I got rid of Appa. Momo, it's a 1 CMC creature. It's powerful, but we don't have a lot of flyers to make it benefit anything, so it wasn't feeling very good. Appa also didn't feel great in the deck. It always kind of felt awkward to me, and that's when Hakoda came in. That's when we went up Katara's. I was only playing 2 Kataras originally. You got to play 4. Katara is one of the life pieces of this deck. In fact, like, it's such a weird deck to say, like, this is the best card. No, this is the best card. Actually, this is the best. The Lieutenant's the best. Everything's the best card in this deck. Like, everything works so incredibly well together, and that's why I love it. I am such a big fan of high synergy decks. When it comes to Magic, I'm not a big fan of this card wins the game for me. And that's kind of the way Magic has definitely moved towards, where you have these insane bombs. Somebody just dirtles, they delay until wham, this card comes down and the game is over. And I guess you could argue that the pieces that allow that card to finally come down onto the field is what makes it, synergistic. But to me, I like the build around. I love the theme. Allies is cool. Even if it is going to be weak at times in the meta, when some people start shifting their decks to being more heavy removal oriented, more board wipes, you're going to have a bad time with this deck. It honestly might be a better deck for best of 3. Every deck's probably going to be a better deck for best of 3. Any deck that's not just trying to cheese your opponent out is going to be better in best of 3, because you can build a sideboard plan to counter whatever your opponent is doing and modify your decks for game 2 and 3. We know that, okay? Still, I love the way this deck feels. That being said, I don't think you should craft it, because it's insane to craft this deck. Basically, all of these cards are I don't think there's a single card in here that is useful outside of this deck. All of these cards are dead cards outside of an ally's deck. Aang is fine. This Aang, probably also okay. These are uncommons I don't care about. But your Jasmine Tea Shop, you got to be playing allies to play it. Nobody's going to be playing a 0-2 ally for one. Come on, it is not good enough. This only triggers on allies. Mai, you know what? I shouldn't have put her over there. Mai is actually pretty good. I think you could argue putting her in some other ones. Honestly, a lot of allies decks that I've seen don't play Mai, but I think she's great. Your Great Divide Guide needs to be allies. Yeah, this guy's only allies. You get what I'm saying. So be careful with this one. I think you have to be the kind of person who's really going deep on the archetype if you want to start crafting these cards. Otherwise, I think you're going to be wasting your resources very much. I, however, am delighted to have this deck, and I'm going to continue working with it. I'm going to try Selesnya version. I'm going to try maybe going into 5 color. Is this 5 colors? No, we're missing. Oh, we are 5 colors. It is 5 color allies. That's cool. I think I said it was 4 colors earlier, but no, we definitely have all 5 colors represented here. I'm going to mess around with it. I like it. I'm satisfied with it. I'm a happy, happy boy. That's it for this one. Take care for now. Enjoy your wonderful weekend. Go get your cabbages if you haven't done that yet. And I'll see you in the next one. Saranghe ipon na, and bye-bye.